Okay, it's that Rotork Skilmatic SI3, and the issue we're going to discuss here is the reservoir sealing, I would say, setup. Now this channel right here is what holds the O-ring in its place. Let's see if we can get a focus shot here. I don't know if we got a good one. That might do it some justice, but I'm going to put the O-ring in there and it'll help shed light on what it is I'm trying to figure out here. Okay, now I've installed the O-ring into its groove, and as we can see, there's a decent amount of slop back and forth. And with this too, there's just slop overall in the O-ring. If you can see right there, I can push it up. What happens is when I try to put this reservoir on, is that the O-ring wants to roll over and come out of its little groove, and ultimately just leads to a poor seal, and we've had leaks. Now the inside of the reservoir is just like a little beveled seal, I would say, surface here, so that it can go over the O-ring nice and easy. And we have this raised surface here where the O-ring actually seals. So I don't think this design is bad as far as the reservoir is concerned, but the O-ring groove and the overall slop in the O-ring is problematic. Alright, so back to the O-ring and the O-ring groove. I guess the only suggestions that I really have to increase the reliability or decrease the likelihood of a leak is either get a tighter fitting and the correct diameter O-ring on here, or narrow this channel that the O-ring sits in, because giving it that slop for some reason is just, I don't know what the added benefit to that would be. Just not certain. So again, this is just a crude drawing. I just threw it on the whiteboard here. This is kind of like what the slop is in the O-ring groove right now. The green circle representing the O-ring. So there's room to move back and forth. There's plenty of height so that if you do trap the O-ring here with the reservoir going over the lip, it'll seal. But all that room to twist and roll and stuff like that is kind of crazy. Or if we had a a smaller groove, if I could learn to talk, eliminating the potential for the O-ring to roll, that seems like that'd be kind of, say, a little bit easier to install without any issues. So this is what you guys got right here. This is the pump side with the big O-ring groove. I just know I've seen other methods of a sleeve type seal using O-rings, or they just make it redundant. You have two smaller grooves, 2 O-rings would go, and then your reservoir would then just slide over this, and then you have a primary sealing point and then a redundant secondary sealing point. But again, it's just a thought.